Hi, y'all. So it's your boy Ja, and I'm here to keep it 3,000 with y'all. Um, we've been doing this podcast thing, and it's going great, going lovely. So I go through, experiences in my life, and you know, they're very, let's say, potent in information. They give you a lot of awareness, right? And I would like to start sharing these with you guys, right, from my personal life, right? Um, but I'm gonna change names just because I want to keep it more about the story other than the people, right? So there was this one guy that I'm a friend with. He was basically asking me like, "Yo, what do you be doing? What do you like? What do you be doing?" Because he saw how I was interacting with a couple people, and he was trying to figure out how to get those same results. Long story short, so he asked me, "What do you do? Like, what do you say? What's the secret?" Right? People ask that about anything. It's not just about what we were doing. They ask that about, what's the how do you do it? Play guitar. What's the secret to guitar? What's the secret to, what's the everybody wants to know the cheat code and stuff, right? And I told him, I was like, look, bro, this is what I say, but I'm gonna be honest. It's not what I say, it's who says it. It's not what I say, it's who says it. And like that goes over people's heads sometimes because they're like, okay, but what do you say? Because they just think it's what you do, but it's who did it, right? So like, when I'm doing these podcasts and everything, and I'm giving out like just advice on advice and advice and advice and advice and perspective, however you want to look at it, right? When I'm doing that, you got to understand that those things those methods may not work out if you're not the person they would work out for. For instance, there's this guy, I'm gonna change his name. There's this guy named Steven that I know. Steven gets a lot of female attention, right? Like, I've never seen it that much in real life for a dude to get female attention and he not be rich or not be like, you know, clout chasing or something. Like, I've never seen it. He was like the first person. So then he would do things, right? And people would ask him like, "How do you get so many girls? How many?" He would do things, and it would be simple things that anybody could do, right? But anybody couldn't do them, and it worked out for them because they weren't him. They weren't him. You got it. It depends on who does it, right? If I shoot a basketball and Steph Curry shoot a basketball, we can both do the same thing, but depending on who does it, that's the difference maker. So who are you when you're doing all this stuff that I say do, or that I say is an option, or that I say is a possibility? Who are you? When you're doing anything, who are you? Is it serving you? The person that you think you are you serving you? When I'm doing this podcast, who am I? Like Shakespeare said, to be or not to be. I'm either the GOAT or I'm not, bro. I'm either gonna look at myself like I'm the GOAT right now or not. Right now, when you watching this video, you listening to what I'm saying, you either thinking something that you like or you don't. You're either feeling a way that you prefer or you don't. There's no in between. That in between stuff, that's lies. That in between stuff is lies. So, to the meat of this video, right? What we're going to talk about today is you have to understand that you shouldn't focus on what to do. You should focus on who to be. Duh. Why do we spend so much time trying to figure out what to do other than figure out how to be the person that could do it? A mechanic doesn't try to figure out, mechanics don't go around trying to figure out how to fix everything. They don't be like, I never fixed this before. What they do is they just have the fixer mindset, and people call them and they go look at it and they be like, you know what? I could do that. Because they know they have the abilities. You see what I'm saying? They have that concept about themselves. They're like, you know what? In these situations, I'm the type of person even if I never worked on that thing, but I know I can still fix it or get it improved, right? That's why people go from different companies and still be in leadership positions, because they know who they are. That's why Donald Trump became president, dang. Because he knew who he was. He had no real logical reason to be president. But he became president because he was like, you know what? I'm just the guy that I win. Right? So who are you when you do things? When you do these things, when you do techniques, when you do methods, when you take people's advice, you can do it, take it, whatever, but who are you when you're implementing it? Right? So now, here's the part of the video where I tell you how to be aware of that, right? Because I'm not gonna just leave y'all fishing. Like I'm not that type of friend. Some people tell you, yo, you got a blind side, and they don't even tell you what's on that side. I'm gonna tell you what's on that side too. So the first implication of who you are is your state, right? So how you feel in a combination of what you're thinking and feeling, that combination, right? They kind of meet each other. How I kind of see it is like, the Venn diagram, like when it does that, like thoughts and feelings are like technically, their own, thing, but they are connected. And that middle point right there is where you get busy. You feel me? You take your thoughts and your feelings and you combine them. That's your state, right? That's the focus point, right? What is the whole collective of how I'm feeling right now, right? Thoughts included. Have you not noticed that when you're feeling bad, you're usually thinking something negative simultaneously? When your stomach hurts, you're thinking, ow, it hurts, it sucks, right? When you're happy or something's going your way, you're thinking, wow, this is great. This is amazing. Wow, I'm having so much fun, right? So your thoughts and your feelings are connected. Your thoughts are basically like your translation for how you feel. And how you feel is your state of being. Right? So if you don't know how you feel, well, you damn sure should know how you think. You know what you're thinking right now? When you're watching this video, what are you thinking? You could be thinking anything, but you're thinking something specific. So what you're thinking is who you are, because what you're thinking is a translation of your feelings. And your feelings is how you're going to behave. People behave off their feelings, gang. Oh, I got to go to work. I don't feel like it, but I got to. So now I'm tired. So then they behave tired the whole time. People behave off their feelings, gang. Your feelings create your behaviors. And your behaviors create your results, gang. And your results is your life. You see how it's all interconnected, bro? And so, like, I just want y'all to be aware of that, because I could tell you to do something. I could say, hey, man, go talk to that person and ask them for this, and they'll give you that, right? But if you go over there and you do it from a state of being, right? Of just like, basically self unappreciation, right? It might not hit the same, gang. It might not hit the same, gang. And you can have everything. It's like a dude that's cute, right? A dude that's cute, but he corny or weird, and he go talk to some girls. After like a few minutes, they not gonna feel him, right? Even if he cute, they can be like, he kind of like off though. Whereas somebody that's chopped could go with game, could go talk to some girls, and the girls be all over him. He chopped as hell. Because it's not about what's being done. It's about who's doing it. Think about it. At the workplace, people be doing this all the time. Somebody do something, they get written up. Somebody do the same thing, they don't get written up, they get a warning. 3, 4 warnings. One person comes late to work, he still get the promotion. One dude come on time every day, he don't get the promotion, because it's not about what you do, gang. It's about who do it. So this video had to be made, gang. This is a legendary video, gang. Because this is going people are going to stop focusing on what they're doing so much and focusing on who's doing it. If you a dude and you flirting with a girl and you're not the dude that's cool, bro, you better stop. You better stop. If you don't look at yourself as a genuine, cool, a loving individual who appreciates people and appreciates himself, and you trying to flirt with women, boy, best of luck, brother. Because if you're not that person and you do the thing, you're not gonna get you're gonna get the results of who you are. So then, let's say, boom, you don't like the results you got, right? Here's how you reverse engineer it. Then you imagine what it would have been like if you did get the results you wanted, and then you simultaneously imagine what you would have done, vice versa. Like, okay, let's say you're insecure, but you want to make friends, right? Boom. Typically, insecure people don't really make friends, so this is going to be more difficult as if you identify as yourself as insecure. So now this is a challenge all of a sudden, right? Making friends as an insecure person, right? So then, boom, how you would reverse engineer this is you would say, okay, I'm aware of the story I'm telling myself, right? I'm insecure, right? Right? But I know that if I'm insecure, that's going to make my experience not how I want it, not ideal, right? So I'm going to ask myself, what will be ideal, right? Ideal is I go in here and I rock the room, right? Right? So then your mind starts creating images of what it would look like. Gives you a blueprint, basically, gang, for free, like AI, right? And you get to watch that movie. And you get to imagine it. And here's the kicker. You don't have to do it. You just have to be aware of it. And you may actually catch yourself accidentally doing it exactly how you imagined it. That's how you reverse engineer it. When you know that your state of being is not aligned with who you desire to be, you be aware of what you feel, and then you ask yourself, what would you rather feel? And then you become aware of that. Right? So yeah, this video had to be made, y'all, because when it comes to this game, like when you're a real P in this game, you got to know the mechanics, right? Like, for sure, somebody could play basketball all day. Somebody could play basketball all day, right? But if they don't know the rules, right, they're not going to be good. It's impossible. It's impossible. You have to be aware of the mechanics of the game to win. Because you can only win if there's a game, and there's only a game if there's mechanics, okay? Right? And that might be another video I make, another video explaining how like how you look at life is how you're going to play it, right? If you look at life like a game, then there's going to be mechanics, rules, whatever. Shit, you might even make the rules, but it's still rules. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Some people look at life like a journey. I don't really rock with the journey that much. I mean, like, I do it sometimes, but every time it's a journey for me, like when I start thinking life is a journey, then it's like we getting too deep. That's when I start tweaking. I noticed it didn't work for me. That's why you gotta figure out what mindsets work for you, right? So you can be the person that you desire to be. If you want to wake up feeling good every day, well, you better create a mindset that makes you do it, because it's really free. Like emotions, state of being, how you feel about yourself, your thoughts, all that is free. You can do that all at home, in your bed, sleeping, driving, taking a shower. You can always be aware of your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Always. And another thing you can always do, you can always imagine something. That's the key. Really, if you really want to do something, if you really want to, bro, imagine stuff, bro. It's so free. It is so free. You don't got to go nowhere. Instantly, you could be doing the thing that you want to do. Why not imagine it? Why not? Think about it. Think about it. If we're always thinking, if we're always having thoughts going 24/7, right? That means you're thinking about something. You're imagining something. You're always thinking about something. Even when you're focused and looking at a thing, you're thinking about something else. Like think about when someone does math. They might be looking at the symbols on the paper, but their mind is looking at something else. It's looking at what's not there. That's how they come up with the answer, right? So that being said, we're always thinking, we're always imagining, right? So why do people not just imagine what they want? Why do they spend all day imagining failures? Imagining mid. That's another thing. We get caught doing that. You don't even realize, like, okay, maybe I might not be a negative thinker, but I might be a mid thinker. Like, why is everything you think mid? Like, oh, today's gonna be all right. Oh, I'll get by. Why not imagine bigger? Why not? If you're imagining 24/7, see, this is the thing. I'm not saying go sit down for 20 minutes, gang, and go imagine. No, I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you that you're imagining right now. Why not imagine good things that make you feel good, like lit? Think about it, because when you was a little kid, or even now, maybe, if you're grown, when it was Christmas, gang, the night before, you felt good. You felt amazing knowing it was Christmas the next morning. And the only reason why you felt good, not because you had your presents, is because you were imagining what you would get the next day. You were like, ooh, I might get this. All those emotions that you felt were strictly produced from a thought in your head. You believed that thought so much that you were physically happy. So why not do that all the time? Why don't we do it all the time? That's another rabbit hole. I could tell you why, all the reasons we don't. But I'm not really saying why don't we because I'm asking a question. That's more rhetorical. I'm saying why don't we as in like it's so easy to be or not to be. Shakespeare, I'm going to say that a lot here, okay? To be or not to be Shakespeare, you could either imagine something that makes you feel good or not. Like, you don't have to, but both are free. Yeah. So that's today's video. Um, it's not what you say, it's who says it, right? So if you're in a state of being that makes you feel like you're a shitty person or your life is shit, then everything you do may just produce more shit. So you might want to start taking control of your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions and start commanding yourself to do things that are exceptional, legendary, and nothing less. Because you're always thinking, you're always imagining, so why don't you think and imagine yourself being the best? And just play with that. See what happens. You might feel better. What if you feel 20% better by the day? Is it worth it? I don't know. You tell me. It's your boy Ja. I like to keep it 3,000 with y'all, but I'm about to keep it 1,000,005. I love y'all. All right. I love y'all. That will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Y'all already know. So that everything I just said, that's the past. It's all good. God has everything to the T. You feel me? So like you may feel like you gotta work on stuff in your life, but trust me, you gonna do it regardless. You not everything that needs to be done will be done as it is on earth, as it is in heaven. Right? You know what I'm saying? So anywho, if you want to work with me, you want to talk about your personal life, you want different perspectives on different things, hit me up at DJ Ja Hunt on Instagram. It's in the description. Catch y'all later.